Good evening. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, gonna be working on Rauris Valley tonight. I did some work this morning on it a little bit when I got up. I got it quite a bit done, but I need to finish up catching up with the terrain painting textures that are in the map of Meadow Springs. You know, the extra textures that you can paint in with the roads and um, the ore and all that stuff. I may add some new ones in, but so yeah, we're gonna start out doing that. Maybe kind of teach you how to do that to your own map if you ever decide to create a map someday. Hopefully, it doesn't deter you from doing it because it can get complicated with certain things. Um, but I did kind of self-taught myself by watching videos and understanding, just trial and error, I guess. If you mess up, just go back and try again. Um, so yeah, can kind of describe it as I go. So in order to add in those textures, you have to go into the terrain multi-layer tool that's in the editor. So you open up the editor with the map, click on the terrain here. Just gonna open up all the terrain, I guess. Click on that tab in the upper right. Trying to see if it's too small for you guys. I need to make this bigger. Let me know in the chat if it's too small. You guys can't see very well. But the layer manager is right there, that little 4-dot tab there. This opens up the layer manager of how all the textures are laid out. First thing I do is I stretch it all the way across because you need to see the whole thing. You don't really need to lower it down, but I usually do, just because I've been working at this for a while now. I move this diffuse tab all the way over to see the whole file path. This is just a thing I do that helps me understand where things are going. Right now you can see everything is going to Steam apps, commons, so basically the base game. All these textures, that's where all these textures are coming from. Hey, menu. The normal map, you can see most of these, or if not all of these, are going to the base game as well. Steam apps. So when I add them in, I'm going to be making my own. Some of them I will path to the end game just because their normal maps are not that important. The diffuse obviously is important. That's where you're grabbing the texture. So I will file path that to my new textures, but I'll show you all that in a minute. The weight, don't really need to open this up because this is the obvious one. It's going into your data folder, the weight maps. So basically this is a grayscale image of where it's located on the map. That's located in your data folder of the map itself. All this stuff is how the texture is going to be with the AI material ID. This is, I'll show you when I get there. It's not that difficult. It looks overwhelming, but really it's fairly simple. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a layer. Most textures that you see in the map, like the grass layer, the dirt layer, those are all made up of 4 separate layers. You can see up here the rough dirt has 1, 2, 3, 4 layers to make the combined layer that you see. This is new. I think it came, not new for 22, I think it came in 19. From 17, if you remember correctly, you can only paint so many textures in an area. It will allow you like 4 textures in an area. Once it went to 19, it implemented this new way of doing it. I guess you can do unlimited amount of textures, but they break it down into 4 separate ones, so it kind of blends in better. But even though you still kind of see it being blocky, some people like it, some people don't. But hard to explain kind of what their idea was. But at least you can put as many textures as you want into a certain block. If that makes sense. Alright, so first thing I need to do is add in the layer. And then you can combine the layers to make something that you can paint. So let's just do, I'm going to reference off my other map that I've already done. I'm going to bring it over here. As you can see, I'm working on another screen to kind of copy the other textures over so I don't screw up. Alright, so the first one's going to be, I think, blacktop. I'm going to add in that blacktop texture because it's only a single texture that I'm going to use for that. I haven't put them into the map yet, the data folder, so I gotta move those into the data folder first. I'll show you what I mean. So my metal springs, data, so blacktop. So this is the blacktop here. So I'm gonna copy that out. I'm in my Rauris map, data. Let's paste it in here. Add layer. You want to choose Rauris Valley, data, blacktop. So I didn't think it was alphabetical order, but I don't know where it went. Oh. Okay. Alright, you gotta add in information, obviously. So there you can see with the weight, that's where the weight goes to. So that's how you add in the layer. Add in the layer, choose the weight file. To be honest with you, you can create your own weight files. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. Like, you can choose the concrete weight, just copy it, and to make a new one. You know what I mean? So to start out, if you don't have the blacktop in there already, you don't need to copy the one from Metal Springs, if that makes any sense. You can go in here, the one that's already been done that has nothing in it, copy that, and change the name to blacktop underscore weight.png. You know what I mean? You don't need to copy the one that's already here. I'm just doing that because I don't have to add in all the information. It's not too difficult either way. Just so you know that. Alright, so the normal map. Typically, I choose a normal map that's already in the game because it's not that big of a deal. The normal map is like the orangey, not orangey, yellow, I don't know, weird color. I'll show you guys in a second. Let's just add one. So we're gonna go to the base game. I already have a file saved up here for the base game. So it's gonna be in data, maps. I'm gonna go into the Alpine because that's what we've been working out of. That's where Rauris kind of originated from. I took Rauris, or the Alpine map, and duplicated basically the whole entire map, and then use that to start the Rauris Valley. If that makes sense, yeah. I use it as a template. From here, map Alpine, you want to go into textures, and then terrain, and you're going to get all diffuses and normal maps in here. I like to choose a concrete as a baseline. Concrete doesn't have a whole lot of grooves or textures in it. So that's kind of why I do that concrete one normal. That's what I'm going to use for all my textures I'm adding in. You can see how this concrete dirt has a little bit more grooves in it. So I'm going to change the texture of that much. If that makes any sense. I'm saying no, you can see a little bit of grooves in there, but you won't notice it. So I'll choose that diffuse. So now I already added in the diffuses from Meadow Springs. So we're going to go find the blacktop that's in the map now. So now I got to go back to Rauris Valley. In my terrain, I've already pre-added these in. So blacktop diffuse is right here. Open. Hit OK. Bada bing. So now it's give it a name. Just gonna call it blacktop lowercase. And that should change this over here. Alright, so now I kind of look at the unit sizes and make a decision on how big I want the texture to be. Most of it is going to be 2. I think all my textures are going to be 2 unit size. I'm just trying to see what they have for in base map. That's a 1. Mountain rock is huge. 1.5 is cancel that. Alright. I'm just gonna go with a 2 unit size. Unit offset 0. Leave that 0. Blend contrast. I don't change this at all. I just keep it at 0. Not really need any blend contrast. Now, the color doesn't really matter at all, really. I always keep that 0 when adding it in. Material ID. I think I did that to asphalt. You can see what they are. They don't have too much of a decision to make. There's only a few things to choose. You just kind of base off it. So it's blacktop. It's like asphalt. So let's choose that. AI driving costs. So this is a... it's hard to explain. So the AI will drive across textures in priority. So lower the number, the higher the priority it is for the AI to drive on it. So when it's driving across the terrain, it's going to choose the lower AI drive costs. If that makes any sense. So dirt or gravel or whatever, they're going to have a lot lower number. See these tubes? Rough dirt, that's an 8. Grass, I guess it's going to drive across grass before dirt, but you can change those too if you want. Asphalt has a really low cost. So we're going to do the same thing with this blacktop. I'm just going to put a 2 in there for that. I don't think we're going to use any of the AI anyway, but just give you an idea of what that AI drive cost is. The rest of this here is just moving up and down a road. It depends on where you want to have it in order. I'm just going to leave it there. So yeah, that's one that's done. I didn't add it into a combined layer, right? Okay. I did. There it is. I'm looking at the other map. I could combine it right now, but I'm just going to get all the layers in first because there's a lot of layers I got to put in. I'm not going to be explaining it as much as we go. Just kind of follow along and watch how I do it, because it'll take a while for me to just point out and talk about it the whole time. So yeah, here we go. Like I did blacktop. Let's do the asphalt road. So I'm gonna put all of them in right now too into my data. So asphalt road, asphalt road, asphalt road, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Already got blacktop in. Asphalt road 4. Don't know why that's out of order. Oh, it's not a road, is it? Asphalt. Okay. Asphalt road. There we go. That's regular asphalt. Alright. So we need coal. I only have 1 coal. Why do I have 4 weights? Oh, that's for the combined layer. So coal, all 4. I go back to my layers here. Limestone. We have 4 for that. One, 2, 3, 4. Or just there. 2, 3, 4. So we got asphalt, coal, limestone, or blacktop. Okay, that's all the layers I had in the other one. Alright, so let's copy all these out. And we'll throw it into the Rauris data. Alright. Makes it a little quicker for me. So add layer. We're gonna add in the asphalt. Asphalt road. Normal map, we get this over with. Gonna have to, so it sucks, you're gonna have to go back and forth. Takes a little bit of time to do. So we're going into, actually, no, I think because I've done this before. Yeah, so this is the farm sim in-game folder that's already here, so I can just click on that. So concrete and normal. Alright, now let's do a diffuse. So I already have this saved as well as a quick. Well, I did, but it's pretty quick anyway. I'll probably just do it again. Pin to quick access. X. Right there. So now I can just do terrain and data and be right there. Alright, so this is, what did I say, asphalt? Oh, I did the wrong one. I pinned the wrong one. You're an idiot. It's terrain. I need to pin this terrain. There we go. There's 2 different terrains. At least there's a data in between it so I can tell the difference. There we go. Asphalt diffuse right there. Oh, cool. I didn't realize there was 2 different directions I could go with it. So I'm just looking at the other map and see my diffuse. Make sure it lines up with what I chose over here. That's the right one there. And we're just going to call that asphalt road. road. Like so. Should I do a capital R? No, doesn't need to be. My son's right next to me again. Might have to go grab him some milk, I think. We'll do the unit size. We'll choose 2 again. Nothing there. Blend contrast. We'll do 0. 0. This is going to be an asphalt, obviously, right? Alright. And AI drive, we'll do 2. Probably should do like a 1. If you're going to paint in these roads, you want them to drive on the AI, right? But I think 2 is good enough. There. So that's done. I'm going to add another layer. This is going to be asphalt road. It says DB1. DB1. I don't know what that is. Double line. I don't know. Alright, so let's go into data. See, I knew this data was going to be coming in handy. Alright, yes, I'll go grab you some milk in 1 second. So we need to do asphalt road, DB right there, that one. Choose that normal, concrete normal again. And we'll choose a diffuse. Asphalt. DB1, I think it is. Let me look at my other. So I'm bringing over my other cheat just to show you guys what I'm using here. It's already been done right here on Meadow Springs. So asphalt road DB1 is what I'm looking for, or just DB, yeah, DB1 I'm looking for a diffuse texture. This is it right here, right? Double yellow, basically. Double 1. Double 2. DBL1, DBL2. Double. That's what it is. It's not 1, it's DBL. But yeah, I'm gonna be right back too. I'm gonna go grab him something to drink. But just to change this name. Alright, I'll just do this real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, Echo. Yeah, I'm back. How you doing this evening? Yeah, this is good stuff. This is great stuff. Alright, so I got in the double yellow line. Let's just change the name here. Asphalt road double. So it's doing DBL. So yeah, I'm just to catch up with you here. In Rauris Valley map, I am adding in the terrain textures that you can paint in the map. I gotta add them in first, and then I gotta go into the mod desk and choose a path for it from there, so I can recognize it. So we got the blacktop, the asphalt road in, and now we got the double yellow. There's two different double yellow lines for different directions. What happened there? So there's a lot of textures I gotta add in to make this. Alright, so we're gonna change this unit size to 2. It's kind of been what I've been choosing to do. I'll leave that 0, leave that 0, leave this 0. 0, 0 doesn't matter, we change this to asphalt. And like I was saying with this number, AI cost right here. So basically, if you're just joining in, this AI cost is what the game chooses to drive across the terrain first. The lower the number, the higher the priority it is for the AI to drive across. So all this stuff I'm setting it to a 2. You can see that all these 2s up here are already asphalt. So the AI, when it's driving, say it's going to see that asphalt on the ground, it's going to see it's a lower number, it's going to choose that first and drive across it. If that makes sense. It's a new thing they've added for 22. I haven't used any of the AI in-game AI yet, so I really don't know much about it. I just know what that does. Okay. People think that's a drive cost, as in this, how much it pays to drive across it. I don't think so. It's just the priority of what the AI is going to choose to drive across when it gets to it. Yeah, that makes sense, I hope. Alright, so we're going to add another layer. We did double yellow, so we're going to do double yellow 2 because there's 2 different directions that you can do the double yellow line. So we're going to add the other direction, the north and south direction. First, I got to go into the data to choose the weight for it. I have all my folders saved pinned here, so it makes it quicker. Asphalt road double 1, I believe. It's going to be for the weight. I'm going to double check my notes here. No, why did I choose the same for that? Oh, that's wrong. That is wrong. Again, I don't, because I just checked my other map. I can show you over here. I'll bring this over. My weight for the metal springs, the asphalt double line here, is both the same weight map. See? So that needs to be double 1 there. I probably should change it now. So my metal springs, I'm pretty sure I have it right here. Asphalt road double. I don't. Double. D. Alright. I really don't need to get into this right now. Why do you get double 1 over the other one? Alright. Oh, so that's this road line. Okay, that is wrong. I'm gonna choose the same because it works. It's been working. But I think there should be a double 2. I could just copy it and change the name. Hope I'm not confusing you guys here. Because this can get confusing. See how it says double line? Alright, so I'm going to copy this. I'm just going to paste it in here. It's going to come up as a copy. But I'm going to go... So it's double line 1. And I'm going to use that as a weight. So it's... That's first I read that. Ugh. There is no optimized version of the selected texture available. Optimizing. I've never done this. I don't know what the hell is going to happen here. Probably going to crash everything. Yep. That happens. Getting too fancy. I don't know if I'm going to have to restart or not. I think I am. I think it saves it every time, but we'll see. And it's just that's what happens when you're doing this stuff. A lot of people get frustrated, right? And they quit and they give up. And they throw things around and say, I suck, I can't do nothing in this world. Yeah, basically, yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, basically it's the AI that prefers. That's what that number will do. I do. I have a lot of patience. I haven't done this in a while either, but it's not that difficult. I just tried something I never tried before, and that's how you learn. So obviously it's not meant to convert to file, whatever the hell it happened, whatever the hell it did there. Yeah, so it didn't save any of those. I didn't apply any of them. So I got to do them all over again. I'll apply them each time now. I'm going to go through it fairly quickly to get caught back up. I may not do all of them either, just because it's kind of boring stuff. I'll do a few and see if I can add it in there. Because I want to get into some terrain and some actual editor work in the actual Rauris Valley. Because I want to add in some material to the map as well. So yeah, let's just do the blacktop. I've already pre-added everything into the map, to the data folder of Rauris. I might make this bigger. Hopefully it comes up bigger each time. A, B. Alright, that's the weight. The normal, I grabbed the normal from the base game stuff, so I already have that set. Here I just choose concrete normal, doesn't really matter which one, as long as you have a normal selected for that texture. If you know anything about GIMP, you can create normals for textures in GIMP. I just don't have the patience or time. I don't have the time, I guess. This works, so I do it. That's the way I do it. Alright, diffuse. So this name doesn't really matter, just whatever you want to put for it to, because when you combine layers, what's important when you change the name there, because that's what you're going to be referenced to for the painting texture. Alright, so unit size, I kind of want to change this unit size, make it smaller, but I'm afraid I'm going to screw it up, so I'm not. 0, 0, 0, I'm going to do that, 0. Yes, the Giants texture tool will too, yeah. I haven't used that too much. It's new to me. I have tried it out. basically I was trying to create my own textures for the pay dirt and stuff like that. I still haven't been successful doing it. They had done something new with it. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it either because it was consuming a lot of time to have me figure it out. But yeah, it's hard to explain exactly the difference. But to give you an idea, the header. I don't even know the freaking term for this. The hex editor, basically, you take a texture, you can put it into a hex editor, and it pulls it up into a bunch of numbers. And the first 9 lines of the hex editor is completely different than what it used to be, so it doesn't read the texture correctly. I can't really explain it that well. I just know what the issue is. I've tried to use a hex editor to change those 9 lines to make it exactly the same so the game will read it, and haven't been able to get that to work. And I've used their tools to create the texture, and it's still coming back as a bad texture. So I haven't quite been able to figure out the right format to get those into. I get no errors converting and compressing with my textures for DDS. Yeah, DXT5 is fine, BC3. Yeah, all textures will work with that. It's when you get into the weights for the pay dirt, like they digging in the fill type for the pay or regular dirt or ore or whatever, the fill planes, those textures there is what is new. It's a C7 format. Yeah, you have to do some research and you'll understand exactly where I'm coming from there. I'm just gonna apply this because incorrect. Oh, crap. Okay, we gotta do some other work, which is good because you guys can learn some more stuff. So basically, I'm grabbing a 16 times map image and putting it into a normal size map, which I'm pretty tired. I totally forgot about that. So what we're gonna do is go into the data for the Rauris Valley here. Change those sizes, which I'll use again before that, right? Alright, so black top, I just saw it. So 8192, that's my 16 times map size. 2048 is the size I need. There's no weight on here because it's all black textures. So I'm going to do it. I'm just going to open this up into GIMP and change that size down to 2048. An update available. Great. So I just changed the size. Instead of, and how I save this, to make it easy, I just overwrite. So it doesn't change anything about it. The image is already the same. That's it, 2048. That's all I needed to do. It takes a little bit longer now to do that, but whatever. That should be the right weight now. Alright, black top. Looks like it worked. Alright. Let's add our next one. I probably should change the size before I add it, but alright, so we're gonna go with asphalt road. It'd be nice if there was a tool that actually change all. Say, I want all these images in this folder to be changed to to a certain size. I'm not sure how well you guys can see this. Hopefully you guys can see it pretty well while I'm doing this. I'm looking at the stream over there. It's a lot smaller. It looks kind of blurry, but hopefully it's all good for you guys. Good deal. Alright, asphalt road double line. Asphalt road double line. Resize the image. Yeah. Try not to go too fast, so you guys can come somewhat follow what I'm doing here. I've already done it like 6 times, so it's good to do what I'm doing here with the pin the folders to which one you're gonna be using. Because look at the file path. Each time you had to go through server mods, private, da 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 da. Yeah, you have a headache. To be honest with you, what I have a gift with is patience with people. um, I'm sure you see it a lot too. I'm not sure if to call you Silver or Spartan. I think your Discord name is different too. But questions that are being asked over and over and over again. Same thing. I had to take a deep breath and just realize that somebody may be new. They might have joined and not seen that question 10 times before. Or do I need a new save game? Patience with people like that. Alright, let's apply that because we don't want to lose it. Yeah, and I'm gonna send a shout out to because I got this because these textures are also hard ones to make themselves. Um, Same as that, the BC7 format. They're a little bit different than what the old ones. I can't just grab regular textures, put in DX5, and have it work. It throws errors and comes up black. Um, but these are actually from Wolf Creek map, .net. We've had this idea for a while with Steel mentioning it, how to paint rows and all that stuff. And I was waiting for the textures to be made, and they finally got made. So that's what we're using, those textures from that. So yeah, it is pure genius. I want to send a shout out to .net and their crew SGA for getting those textures made up. Alright, next one. Double line the other direction. Ah, crap. Hey, Sai. I had a good day. I went to the fair. Watched some truck pulls with my son. My son, he's only 4, so he didn't really like it. A little too loud for him. So we didn't get to stay very long. We sat in the grandstands, and how the grandstands is set up, it kind of tunnels the noise in there. I had earplugs for him and stuff, but he just a little too much for him. So I brought him to a different location further away. We watched a couple more, but that's all I can handle. Those like 1500 horsepower super mods are a little too much for a little 4-year-old, I guess. It's about 88 to 90, and there's no wind at all, too. So once the sun started setting, it also was right in our faces, so that didn't help. Yeah, they're pretty loud, sure. All right, I get talking and then lose my train of thought. That's probably another reason why I don't stream a whole lot when I'm doing this, because when I'm editing and doing this kind of stuff, I need to pay attention. You really need to be locked in. No, I don't want to do that again. I learned my lesson last time. Should be the right size, I hope. Choose a normal file, base game normal texture. Now I'm going to go into here. So I'm calling it double 2. That's why it shows that. It really don't matter, as long as I have it set up the way I want to. That's why I probably couldn't find it. No, because in Metal Springs I had it both of them that way. So DBL1. So I'm gonna call that. Yeah. Got to be focused. And you saw my little son too, and my wife, her nephew races what do you call it? Street stocks. And so she was at the races tonight. So I went to the fair with my son, but dealing with them too, trying to focus on this coming in. I have my own private office that I have. It doesn't have a door though, so they can just walk right in. But it is nice when I have that time where my wife takes the two kids away and I can just sit down for a couple hours and get something done. All right, this is pretty much where we were last time, wasn't it? All right. What I'm gonna do, kind of change it up. We've been in almost an hour into the stream here. I've only got 4 textures added. I'm gonna go into the combine layers. I'm gonna add a combine layer, just so I can test it and see if the ones I've added will work. So I'm just gonna do blacktop as only one layer. So let's add a combine layer. I call it blacktop. And so that's important because that's what you need to know when you're adding it to the XML. So layer 1, I've already added it in. Blacktop. Noise frequency, I usually just put that to 2. You don't need any other textures, that's it. Apply that. Alright, I'm going to add in the double line there. Asphalt D. Gotta make sure I get this right. That's road double. All this, what I'm doing, it's updating the i3D. Yes, you can check the i3D in Notepad and go down to your layers, and it will add in these combined layers and everything for you. That's what you're doing right now. Is you're pretty much updating the i3D. You can do this all manually in the Notepad as well. There is a way to do that. I like this tool. I think it's easier, in a sense, to do it this way. But yeah, just the old way, it still works. That makes, if you've done the old way before. Alright, so now we need to go to double. Oh no. I skipped asphalt road. You're a tool. That was my sister's favorite word growing up. I'm in my 30s. I think that was probably a thing back in the 90s. You're such a tool. Alright, so we got asphalt road double. Alright. But you can take all these things and create your own. That's what I do with Yukon. And even in this map, Rauris Valley, the mountain rock has grass that pieces in it, because I take the and can combine it to make my own layers. You know what I mean? That already, you can use mix and match the ones that are already in the game for you. Let's see if I can see it up here. Mountain rock. Yeah, so it's not showing it here because what I did was in the layers, the mountain rock 4. If you look at the diffuse texture for mountain rock 4, I chose grass dirt. So the fourth texture that makes up all mountain rock is that grass. That's the little pieces of grass that you see there. I spelled road wrong. So I have it set to DBL2 here, but I need to change this. Asphalt road double asphalt road double 2. And as soon as you get done doing that, you should be able to choose those combined layers and paint it right in the map. You don't need to leave the editor. You know what I mean? Alright, I'm just going to do a quick... Oh, actually, I wanted to do some work in the editor. I'm in the editor right now. So I was thinking about adding in a wash plant in the map, so it's already there. Start doing kind of the Yukon feel, like put the materials in the map so you don't need to use Terraform. So I'm going to choose a couple locations, put in a couple wash plants, so that there and kind of show you how I do that. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If you're playing by yourself a lot, this is perfect. You don't need to travel a million miles to go deliver anything. For a lot of people, it's realistic to do that, though. That's why the 16-time maps, even if you are playing by yourself for fun. But you have just a nice spot to send off all your stuff right here at the port, kind of deal. One sell point. Your main shop is here. Gas station, that's it. The rest is create your own. Logging, you have your mountainside logging if you want to use your yarders. Plenty of field space. It's all, I mean, you've basically got everything that you need. Like the Yukon and Meadow Springs is just one small print. You can get someplace to place a lot quicker. Probably gonna be playing this a little bit once I get this done. But I want to add in the wash plants. Probably a dirt mine pit, probably on this side. We'll clear out and build in a little dirt processing area. So you can do all that and probably place all your productions and things along this road. But I just want to show you guys how I throw in a wash plant using the editor. So if you want to do this to my map, you can too. Because by putting it in using the editor, it's the best way to make it as realistic as you can. Even though you're using a placeable, I tried to make the terrain form to the wash plant. So it looks like the water's going down through the sluices and stuff. But here you can actually make it look even better. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, I'm going to do the wash plant right here. So I'm going to have the wash plant washing into this little pond. So I'm going to clear this whole area out, kind of flatten it out. You can select in this new editor. Just make sure when you select a lot that you're not selecting the backdrop. So sometimes that you'll select the backdrop without knowing it and delete it. It's annoying as hell. I did select the water plane, so that's not good. I don't want that water plane. I think my wife just got home, so give me 1 sec. Yeah, the wife's back. Her nephew won his feature tonight, so they're all excited. His first career win. Oh, he didn't first in his heat. Oh, third in the feature. So he got a trophy. What I can do is, so I don't select it, is I think I can make just this water plane invisible. And I can do it without selecting it, I hope. Should give me a good area here to work with. Alright, go back to this water plane. Really slept on, as in you never got into it? Alright, so to flatten a good area, what I like to do, you can choose the depth that you want to flatten it at by doing a command. So I'm going to look at this bank right here. I'm going to think it's fairly, yeah, it's low enough. So I'm going to choose the top of this bank with this cursor here. I'm going to hit Control R. That's going to set a replacement value. You can see it change over here in this menu. So 18.752 is the replace value. So if I go to replace here, whatever I click and drag this cursor at, it's going to be at 18.752. You can see the terrain getting all flattened out right to that level there. So I'm just going to flatten out a good area that I can put the wash plant on. Another thing you can do too, after you clear the trees kind of the way that you want to, is you can make those trees invisible, because with the editor there's a lot of trees and they are all loaded in, and by making them invisible, that's why I put them all in a transform, it doesn't load those textures in, and it actually makes it the performance better of the editor. So a lot of times I will make those invisible while I'm working with the terrain, so it doesn't kind of glitch around. Alright, so now I'm going to click on this terrain foliage paint tool up here. I'm going to just delete all this. I'm not sure if it really matters which one you choose here, as long as it's not terrain detail or height. I think deco for all this right here will work. I'm going to choose meadow, because meadow grass is what this mostly is. And don't really need to do a layer state right now, just because I'm deleting it. Right click, delete, subtract, right mouse button. This is my brush, so my right mouse button will subtract all this. I'm just going to subtract it for right now, just to get it cleared out, because I'm going to be doing some terrain work around here. Like that. Right, I'm going to go to the paint tool here. We're going to choose a texture. This is a layer painting texture detailed paint. So we're going to choose some rough dirt, or some dirt, yeah, rough dirt. And we're just going to fill all this in with some rough dirt for right now. This may change. I just like to do this to give me a good little blueprint. When I add in my wash plant, I can easily see what's going on. And let's smooth this off a little bit here. That's a little too much. What's my power at? My power at's pretty high, so just taking that value down a little bit so it doesn't smooth too much. Alright, so now this is the fun part. I'm going to import in the wash plant so I can see where it's going to go. It's not going to stay in the map, because I'm going to use the XMLs to path it to a separate i3D that's going to load it in this position. But I import it in to get that position, then I save that position and put it into the placement replaceables XML. I will show you all that in a second. So I'm going to import the wash plant that's already in Rauris Valley placeables. And it's really good to get in the habit of making all these into like actual placeables, because it's easier to work with. You know what I mean? Not gonna have parts all over all over the place. Yeah, this 0 is not very good, but it doesn't really matter. We can get this perfect to the height we want. So it's kind of. Do I want it to wash in to there, or do I want it to? All right. It's funny how that it's not exactly. Oh, because my rotates. It's 180, 180. That's weird. Alright. So best thing to do is to get it so that's barely showing right there. I think that's the best depth to set it to. Then you can change your terrain around it. You see that my palette spawn spot over here. It's a little too far back still, so I can kind of slide it up here a little bit more. To get it on the ground, I'll probably bring it down here. Like so. My sluices are underground right now, which is fine. We still have the replacement on, so we're gonna go up and through here a little bit more. I haven't put any roads in to get to this area here, a little bridge. We gotta do all that work as well. Alright, so now we're gonna lower this ground down. So with subtract, we can just, I'm just gonna tap the minus button here until I get down below it all. Then I can level it a little bit around the sides. Alright, so now I'm going to choose a new replacement spot. Control R, so I'm going to replace everything to this value. So a little bit lower. Let's lower that down a tiny bit more. Okay, that's a good. Well, you know a lot. By talking to you, the things that you know, you would think that you've been doing this for years, man. I've been doing this since I've discovered the game back in, well, it was like 2015. So, your world's ahead of the game, man. When I first played, I just played the game, right? I didn't. Alright. Water puddle. See. Where's River Mud? Do I have River Mud in here? River Bank. River Water Edge. That's what's different about the different maps. Like, the River Mud in the Meadows in Yukon is great. I have a River Bank. Let's see what it does. It has a wet look. That might be good. It has a tailings type look. I wonder if I change this, but when you're washing the rocks, it does have that muddy look though, right? When you're washing the rocks. I kind of like this little wet tailings look to it. Yeah. All right. I don't know what the code is for the pay dirt and stuff, so I kind of have to go cheat and look those up. I used to memorize them, but all right, I'm gonna change this value to 0.5. Gonna go along this bank here and just barely level it down so it doesn't have that steep look. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do this yet. I'm gonna have to make some mining pits here with full of dirt. So I may just level this. Oops, I chose a different level, didn't I? Replacement. So Control R again. So this is this. So this right here would be like a little pit of dirt. This right here can be just a bank. So this right here can be the dirt in here. I'm gonna level this off to there to make the road going in, kind of. And I can kind of show you guys how I do roads too. I have a unique way to do roads. So that right there can be a pit, a level pit with what we got here. This right here can be a pit. We're digging out some dirt material. And we'll come up here. Control R. You can do another little pile of dirt up here. So I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3 little pits. I'm gonna have to make a little road that kind of goes up to this next level here, so I can get to that pay dirt as well. Maybe I'll do another one over here. I can probably, yeah, make this a longer pit. Like so. It's all fun, isn't it? Alright. Do have a sand wet too, didn't you see that? May or may not be. It sounds correct for pay dirt. It's hard to memorize them, but it's not too difficult for me to find that code. And another thing is too, when you're adding it to another map, sometimes the codes change on you, but we'll find that out shortly. Alright, I'm gonna delete this stuff here too. Going out through. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys how I do a quick little road here. Alright, so let's create a spline. I'm gonna do this start. So click on the blue node there. We're gonna start this right here, I guess. Hit the arrow buttons to go to the other ones, the other nodes. And we'll kind of put that like that. I'm doing Control B, interactive placement, Control B, and placing it. So basically I'm just trying to make a path for a road here. Then hit insert, we'll create another node. So we got that there, insert. So I'm doing it like this here because I want to make a road going up to this next level there. Probably should go around this way though. That would be more than reasonable, right? So what we'll do is get our road in here, and we'll create another road that goes up around. to get to the other pay layer. Yeah, we can throw some bunch of pay in all through here. We can grab that with load it in there, and then go up to the next tier and grab all that pay up there. And it's kind of cool. All right. So with this spline selected, you're gonna go into Windows Script Editor. I'm gonna go into Terrain. This is the built-in scripts here. Paint terrain by spline is gonna paint along that spline by texture. Set terrain height by spline is gonna level the terrain to that spline. So we're gonna set terrain height by spline right now. Typically I like to go 15 wide. It's gonna level everything 15 meters wide. And I set the offset height, so base much offset of the spline. I set that to 0, so it's gonna be right where the spline is set. I can make it start lower or by using negative or just typing in a number to be a positive above the spline. We don't need to go above it or below it, so we're gonna leave it there. And just execute that. Execute it. Say no, don't ever save the changes. I don't know why. It might have updated it, but you don't need to. Just say no. And you can see how that spline just leveled the ground right along it, 15 meters wide. Yeah, it did go into that, but that's fine. I didn't. That's why I chose it over here, so it wouldn't affect that much, but it did. So now what we're gonna do is, I don't know the codes again for this, for the paint. I always say no when I ask you that shit. All right. So I don't know what the number is. This is a texture number. There's a bunch of them. For my other maps, so dirt was 99. So I'm going to start with 99. But this right here is trial and error. I don't really need to do this because I can just use a paintbrush and paint along that line. But once you know your codes for each texture that you want to use, it's just super convenient. So I'm going to choose 99 texture. Don't know if it's dirt or not. This is the meters wide. I usually do 4. 3. Actually, I'll probably, because I like to do 4 for main roads and 3 for kind of off the main road stuff. Just gonna execute it. It may be wrong. Say no. I already know what happened. I did not paint along that. Let's try again. You modify this code now. So it sounds like it doesn't have that high of a number on this one yet, because I haven't added all those textures in. That's exactly it. All right, so let's just try 90. Execute. Still not working. It used to be, so I crossed it out. So nothing's working. Is it because of this? No. $84. Okay. Wow. Alright, that looks like asphalt. Oh, wow. It's that many less textures? That's crazy. Alright, so that's asphalt. I already added in the asphalt. So I know rough dirt is one of the top ones. Let's try 77. That's gravel. 78. $79. It's just kind of a pain in the butt just to get your textures. This is blacktop, so I guess this that wasn't rough dirt. 76. That's a cool looking thing. That's I feel like I missed one. There's grass. That's a good one to remember. So let's go. I'll write this down. 74. This is for Rauris. Grass. I'll show you why it's a good one. This doesn't make any sense. But that kind of matches up with that. That's a good one there. That's gravel. 72 gravel. Alright. Yeah, gravel for Yukon is 105. Gives you an idea of how many more textures is already added in that one. But it could be a different order too. Sand. Concrete, I guess. That's cool. That's a good river bottom. Did I miss a number? Shouldn't be that. Rough dirt is always it's one of the top ones. That's sand, muddy sand or something. That's a cool texture though. I can use that at the bottom of that wash plant because it does actually, tailings do look like that. 69. That's the forest ground. It's mountain rock. Yeah, I missed one. That's animal mud. Okay, so 80 says it's asphalt, 71 is grass. I know it's not right. 82 is not gravel. Alright. $77. What the fuck? I'm losing my mind. Alrighty. What the hell is that? That's that. I'm gonna fucking flip out. This is blacktop. Yep. So I didn't miss one. I did not miss one. We'll figure this out, but you get the idea. This is how you kind of make a road. There, I finally found the dirt. 65. All I had to do was go one more. Wow. Crazy. All right. So that one's done. Obviously, I flattened it out over there. I'm gonna have to put that in there and put a bridge in, but I ain't worried about that right now. I just want to level that off. Get that path leveled from that main road. And give you guys an idea of how to do all that. I'm gonna hit close there. No, don't need that. Alright, let's try to level this off here. You have a little bit of rocking and rolling when you get to this area, which is actually realistic when you come to a road. Just gonna kind of do a little bit of leveling there. You saw how I hit Control R. That can select your texture too. You can make it so you guys have to make your bridges. So I'm just gonna delete this spline because we don't really need it anymore. Got that road in there, done. I gotta paint that in, but it's no big deal. Let's paint it in right now, I guess. Alright, let's do meadow, harvest ready, grass, alpine, is that what it is? Make sure you're on add. Yeah. So basically wherever I click for that meadow is going to go on a grass alpine. Now I can change it to deco, bush. Pretty sure that's what I chose there. I don't know which texture that is, dirt, I guess. Don't know why I would do that. See, that's not even the right bush. What the hell kind of bush is this? What did I can't remember what I put in for bushes. Wasn't that? It's a blueberry? I put in blueberries? Cool, I like blueberries. I didn't realize that 3 is that wide. Holy crap. She's wide. Okay. Create a spline. I should be going right through here anyway. Start it back here. Put that one up there. So yeah, I'm just hitting insert, control B, and we're moving this around the back side of this. I think I'm gonna go a longer distance here, just so it kind of carves through that a little better. Probably just do this too. And I'm not going to go as wide either with my starting distance. I don't want to get into that. So when I run this script, Windows Script Editor, no, we're going to go to the terrain here. Let's just do it 8 by 0. 8's probably going to go into that. Let's just throw 7. Okay. I think that's a good number. Now let's go paint. No. Let's do 2. Let's try 2 here. And I said 65 for dirt. Execute that. No. So now I'm gonna choose this. No. Metal harvest. Let's go onto the dirt and delete it off from the dirt. So basically everything that has dirt in it, I just deleted it, the meadow grass from it. I'm gonna do a quick level the ground on the outside edges. But yeah, you can see that there's one little mine here, how much time it takes when I'm doing these maps. And I do it fairly quickly compared to a lot of editors, map creators. Got a lot of these shortcuts. Like to make a road the old way, you'd have to raise lower, raise lower, raise lower, raise lower to try to get it somewhat level underground. But yeah. That's done. We are on rough dirt add. So this is all going to be pay. I'm going to do a Control R. Well, let's do it here. Control R. Yeah, it's already set that. Replace. We're going to keep going like this, I think. Why not? More the better. I think you guys can kind of vision what's going on here. Gonna grab your pay dirt from all these spots right here, and it's very quick access to there. Once you take all your pay from this tier, take your trip up, grab some more pay, and then once it's all depleted, you move to the next wash plant. Don't think I need more. Hey Throp, it's going good, man. Thanks for that first time chat and the follow. It says it was 20 hours ago that you followed, so I think you followed when I was offline, but appreciate that. Alright, so let's level this off a little bit. Then we can go and see what my numbers are, and I can start adding in the dirt. Probably start adding in this meadow grass too. So meadow harvest ready. I'm gonna limit to the grass here, alpine grass, so I can just paint all the grass in and without worrying about getting on the dirt. This is why I don't care too much about deleting all out of it, because I know that I have some shortcuts that I can paint it back in really quickly. But yeah, I haven't even got to the part to where I actually add in this wash plant into the map, because this isn't going to be there in the editor. I'll delete this before I get it back out. But I need to have that information for the location. But I wanted to finish this terrain before I did that. Alright, so now I need to find what the code is for pay dirt. 035 was a guess from Silver. I gotta open up another map here. I'm gonna X out of this one because I don't have any pay dirt in there. I'll open up the Yukon map. I'm hoping that these codes match up. If they don't, I'm gonna have to figure out what they are. And there's a way that I can do that as well, and I can. Yeah, it may not. It's a trial and error if you want it to be that way, or you can what you can do. I can just explain it to you because you probably understand it. Um, is you can use the developer tool in the game and fill up a bucket and just dump piles out on the ground that you know what it is. So pay dirt, you know what it is. Dump a pile, dirt, dump a pile, or dump a pile of all the materials, and then save it, and then go into your save game. You can grab the terrain density file, or whatever it is, height map, whatever. I know what a file it is if I saw it, and then just swap it out with the one that's in your map file. So, so we have map density, map height. That's the XML. Sorry. But yeah, you grab that, put it into your map, and then it will. I think it's in data. Density map height. There it is. That right there. Just grab it out of your save game, swap it out with that, and when you come into the editor, those piles will be in the map. You can delete them and then resave over it with your map when you're working on it in the editor. But that's a way to do it for the first time. But I'm going to try to do it with the Yukon map. Then once you get the fill type in here and you see a little pile that you made in the game, you just select your foliage, paint, terrain, detail, height for the layer. Get rid of this limit to texture. And then when you have your cursor, hit Control R over that pile, and it will automatically set the channel to that pile. So that's how you do that. But that's kind of complicated to verbally say that, so I'm going to go into Yukon, go over to some pay dirt. I'm going to run a 16x script because I can't load it in because it's so big. And like I said, choose a terrain, detail, height. Make sure that's limited to no texture. I'm on this foliage paint mode, hit Control R, and that will set the code. So it's 0, 3, 5, exactly what you said for Yukon. 7 sets the height, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is how high that pile is. So 0, 3, 5 is what I'm going to try here. Terrain height 0, 3, 5. I take off the 6, so because you can't max out the height, because if you max out the height, it will cause issues when you dig into it. It kind of does a ripple effect, looks like a honeycomb. So I always do take the 6 is such a small layer. It gives you the maximum amount, you know what I mean? You could take off the 11, but it would be a huge amount that you'll be missing out on getting. And make sure you're on add, and we'll add the material. Reason why you can't tell what it is because all the material is going to be this texture. Looks like beans, like freaking oat, whatever. Doesn't matter what you set it for terrain, detail, whatever. Fill type, it all comes out that way in the editor. It's only when you're in the game when you see the difference. So I'll sew some pay dirt up here. I'm doing the max amount. Change that there. For right now, I'm going to change the layers a little bit in a second so it doesn't look so weird. Alright, so now I usually do 6 and 7 for the outskirts of it. To see how jagged these outside edges are, that will show in the game too. So go down to 6 and a 7, so you have a little bit of a pile that kind of evens it off. It looks better. Still not realistic looking. In a sense, I could layer it all up, but for some reason in editor you can't have a mounded look to it. So I always go around it, even though this back edge here. This is another reason why I'm starting to like terraform a lot more. That's because how this doesn't look very realistic, but at least you can dig it out of the ground and somewhat feel good about it, I guess. Right. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna. Jeez. I'll fix that in a second there. So it doesn't matter. But you can take the extra time and layer it like I could do as an 8, do another layer. You know what I mean? Take the 8 out, do a 9. That's a little bit higher. I just don't feel like it's enough time in the world to do that around the whole pile. I actually did that in Yukon a couple times. Well, I kind of do it in a couple spots. Like I'll do it right here, so you can get up on top of it, your excavator. You know what I mean? I'll do like a little accordion of the pile heights there for you. I'm not gonna do it around the whole entire pile. It's just unneeded time wasted. It looks good though. Looks the best you can get it. But yeah, what I'm gonna do too before I save this is I might have to copy out. I might have 2 different versions of the Rauris too. Leave the challenges up to us. Yeah. Because I probably still will work in the Terraform version of this map, but I've gotten a lot of people that want the materials in it already for you. So that's what I'm gonna do. That right there alone is a lot of material. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna do 2 layers of that. So this wash plant you will definitely be there for a while before you can move to the next one. This is just one location. My other location I'm gonna do is right here. You know, I'm gonna have another wash plant right here, washing in there. I'm gonna be having some mounds of dirt you can pull out from up there. Other locations I may just put in dirt piles randomly of pay dirt. You're gonna have to get it to your wash plants though. You know what I mean? So I may have put some roads in. I'll probably put a road along this river, this brook, whatever you want to call it. It will be fun, for sure. So yeah, it's gonna be like a little network of mining roads connecting piles here, piles there. Then you have to get it to your wash plant once you extinguish your immediate piles, right? There'll be 2 wash plants along this main little brook. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun. Maybe put some piles over here. I kind of want to keep this mostly logging. I mean, you're gonna have to log a lot of it anyway. You can't see the logs right now because I have them invisible, but yeah, this is, if you enjoy gold mining, I kind of concentrate on that, but we do have a lot of other type of mining with the dirt processing plants and stuff. But alright, so before I go any further, I'm not going to save it yet. because I need to. Where was this? Copy this version out because I want to make two different versions. Yeah, so next thing I'm going to concentrate on before I get off the stream to show you guys is how I code in that wash plant into the map so it's there when you start the game up. I showed you guys how I do the terrain, how I got the textures. I don't even know if that's the right pay dirt either. It should be, I hope, but you never know. So this is going to be Rauris Valley SS2 underscore version Terraform TF. TF, I just do TF, Terraform. Okay, I got that back up. Alright. Okay, this spline here I can delete. Do not need that now. Alright, these trees, I'm gonna have to delete a bunch of them. But I can make them visible now. Did a pretty good guess on where to remove them from. What I probably will do is I'll add more material around this area too when I come back. I'll keep those trees going. I just gotta have a save point. No, I don't really gotta save it right now, but I need to write down these numbers right here to translate. All right, so I'm gonna open up the folder that it's in here. I'm gonna go into Yukon Valley because I already have wash plants in here to show you guys. So this is the placeables XML that shows you the positions of everything. These are all my old wash plants that are physically in the map. So I'm going to be kind of using this to fill in the new one for Rauris Valley. But I'm going to put this on my other screen and open up the one for Rauris Valley. May not have one in here. Yeah, okay, yeah I do. Yeah I do, that's right, I have been using it. Alright. So I'm going to go into, this one here, wash plant. I could just move to other view too, right? So you guys can see both of them. Copy this out. Paste it in there. You have to change nothing. You shouldn't have to change anything because it should be pathing at rate. So this code here is the map directory. It's the mod basically. You could physically put the mod probably name, but wash plant XML. Right now, this is what I need to change the position. I'm sure you guys can hear that in the background. I hope not, but my kid's a little angry. So I can just do Control Shift C right here when I have this cursor there. Control Shift C will copy all of that. And and I can delete all of this and do Control V and paste the coordinates for me. Now my rotation. Negative 180, negative 180, 53, negative, negative 180. Negative 53 point, whatever it was. 53,327. What are you not a fan of? Dark mode, I see. Oh, for Notepad? Yeah, I tried it for a little bit, didn't like it. I'm just so used to this. Is it too bright for you? I can put on night mode if you want. Alright, so let's just try that. See if that works. Hit save. This is gonna be sawmill. I'm gonna have to not sawmill. Wash plant. It's 0102. Okay. Should work. Yes. Yes. Alright, move this back over here. Okay, now I'm going to... What I usually do is I save it twice. I don't know why I do this. But I save it like this, let it save. With the wash plant in place. I'll tell you why after, I guess, I do this. Holy shit. I'm used to a 16 times map. Alright, I saved it. Now I delete this and save it again. Reason why is if I mess up, I can come back and hit back, undo, and it will undo that delete, and I have my wash plant back in place where it was. Alright, that's all set and saved there. Alright. I don't think I need to set another thing in mod desk because I'm using wash plant XML. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of thinking in my head here. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm just double checking everything. Because I think I chose another wash plant in the Yukon Valley. It's the same one, it's just, let's see if I can show you. Yeah, I understand that. That's why I'm talking out loud here. In the Yukon, I did multiple XMLs for the different placements. Yeah. I don't think I need to do that though. That's why I'm trying to talk myself out of adding in another XML for it. I should be alright because I'm using that i3D. All these are going to that same i3. I don't even need those other XMLs probably. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's see if I got the right pay dirt too. It's a good looking log. Oh, again. Oh crap, I just thought of something. I had to update this damn PDA. Ugh. Yuck. So my Y is off, it looks like. Ugh. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, just a Y is off, so I gotta figure out that whole thing here. It doesn't look like this pay dirt is right from here either. Oh, it is. Nice. Didn't look like it was from down there. That's a new pay dirt texture. So that's good. Alright, so I'm gonna try something. Probably why I had multiple wash plants. Setups, whatever. Alright, let's go into Rauris here. Actually, I can't mess with that. I'm gonna have to just change the Y here to get it down to where I need it to, so it's gonna be a trial and error there too. Son of a gun, don't like that, man. Doesn't make any sense to me. Cause like, alright, so let's do an undo to get that back. So yeah, that's 9, you guys know why I save it twice. Translate Y is 21. 5. Nice, it worked. Yeah, it worked. It just wasn't at the right Y level. That's perfect there, though. That is so weird. Oh, okay. I have an idea. Alright. I have the undo option again, too. So Control B, interact to place this. See how far down that is when it's there? This is weird. And I have to pick it up to that level to get it there. That has to be it. Alright, so let's just try. This is gonna be a fucking annoying as hell though. I'm gonna lower it down 21.5. Let's try 19. I'm just gonna just 3 meters. Don't need to save this again. It's probably gonna need to go even lower than 3 meters. Maybe not. That kind of baffles me. Usually right where I put it, but you saw when I interactively placed it, I had to raise it. Oh shit! I have an idea. Let's try this. Can I please put that on Xbox? I wish, man. There's so much work to get these things to console. It's easy for me to tell you don't play it on Xbox, because once you go to PC, I can't believe that actually updated it for me. So it's actually fairly close. Going down 3. I have an idea though. Let's try this. So we're at 18,751. 751. Eighteen five 121. That should be the number I had before, right? The number I had before was, yeah, right around that number. 21514. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna subtract those two numbers together to get a difference and see if that's the trick. No, 2.7, so that wasn't the trick, because I've already lowered it down 3 and it wasn't far enough. Alright, so let's do 4. Let's do 4. 19, let's do 18. Once I get this into place, probably call it for a night. We did it quite a bit. It might be. We'll get it the hard way. Trial and error. I just can't believe it lowered it down without me starting over. I just saved it in the XML and then loaded the map back up and it worked. It's good. Probably could just... I can't do it in mods. I can do it with vehicles. I can reload vehicles while I'm playing the game if I change XMLs and stuff. But I like how fast this map loads compared to my other ones. So that's just a tiny bit too low. It's not too bad though. We're getting there. It's actually really not that bad. Just generators when really can tell where it's down a little too low, but alright. Raise it up a tiny bit. But yeah, and you guys that play on console, I'm sorry, I can't allow that amount of time. And then the issue is I can spend probably a month trying to get. I mean, there's no way I can do Yukon or Meadow Springs. It's a 16 times map that won't allow it. The Rauris Valley, is the only one I could, just because it's a normal size map, like you guys have there. But the thing is, I got to go through it and change all kinds of things for texture-wise to make it the right format for them to allow it. I would have to take out the sawmill because the sawmill has some things that consoles won't allow. These wash plants with these particles and things like that. I probably couldn't have either. So I can give you the base map probably without any extra stuff, without any extra productions. But I couldn't get to the production. It's just a lot of work, man. Buy a PC. Alright, buy a PC. Alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, I would have to do a whole new map for sure. I've thought about doing a normal size map to get onto ModHub. I thought about it. As far as I went with it, I don't play on consoles anymore either. And I'm not really looking for the publicity. A lot of people want to be on the mod hub so they can get the publicity out there. I just want to grow the RGC community and have people play it from here. But yeah, that's not bad. I may raise it a tiny bit more. But yeah, we got a working wash plant. We got some material up here. I'll add some more in off stream. I may layer this a little bit too. Spend more time on it. Obviously, so you can get your excavator up top, right? You can dig, reaching down the excavator. I'm trying to get as much material as I can in here because I know people kind of, I wouldn't say cheat, but they like to use tools that take a lot of material out really quickly, and they can probably wipe this hill out in a day, right? But yeah, I'll take a quick flyover of this map here so you guys can see it if you haven't seen Rauris Valley yet. So yeah, this is a normal size map. I'm gonna go start out over here at the main port where you spawn in. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do like 1 or 2 streams a week running the editor, doing some things that I feel like is what people don't know what to do. You know, it's easy just to do what I did in the editor there, the terrain changes and stuff, but to add in a placeable like that, that's not an easy thing to know how to do, and there's not much information on the webs for it. Alright, so the port you spawn in here, this is your main sell point for the map, so pretty much everything needs to be sent down here to this port to be shipped out. I guess it kind of simulates it, right? You're storing it in here and then shipping it out. This is your main store area here. Your vehicles will spawn in. Very large area. There's no fields yet. I may put in a field in the starter farm for you guys for the non-terraform version, but for now it's wide open. Do what you want with it. If you want to dig up this land and fill up your dirt processing plants, that's fine, whatever, or put some fields in. Some other nice areas for some large fields there. Plenty of trees for logging. And you can even put in fields in here too once you clear these logs. It's not too steep. I do know it's normal in these areas. Rauris Valley is actually a real place. I tried to kind of simulate it from it. It's in the yeah, over there. It's near Austria, I think. It's in the Alps, Swiss Alps. You got your sawmill. It's an old school sawmill. Elk Mountain Modding has that. Here, let me use it in here. I have that in there, so it looks somewhat realistic that you're getting water from there into there to float your logs up into that. Got a nice little Swiss specs here. Yeah, I didn't say that right, but switch packs. There we go. These forests are a lot more dense. I'm going to show you the frame drop. I'm streaming, but I want this, since it's a smaller map, I want there to be a little bit more dense forest for your loggers. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a little bit of frame drop in here, but it's worth it for the logging experience. A lot of trees. It looks more like a real forest, you know. On the Yukon and Meadow Springs, I have them more separated. Get better performance in those areas. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Nice little stream that kind of runs down through the middle here, separating the land. Yeah, this map, I've already added in everything this morning, so I got this whole thing done here. Oh, I haven't even tested this yet. So my blacktop worked. Yeah, okay, this all worked so far. I didn't even show you what I have to do to get that to work either. I might be able to cover that real quick, but all these plants I've added in this morning. So yeah, it's close. Um, the store is all lined up exactly the way. Now I added in the multi-fruit. I did that this morning. I was going to show you guys how to do that, but to be honest with you, when I got up this morning I was really focused. And to do that, you need to be focused, and I figured during the stream it would be hard. I can kind of dedicate a stream to kind of over showing you, like not really doing it, but kind of talking through it, I guess. Yeah, this road's pretty cool. It just kind of switches back through that hillside. Nice little streams that run off these mountains. I tried to make it more like a real runoff, so like a mountain would have, and tried to match that up as best I could with that little valley. But there's actually a real creek that runs down through. When's the next update? I can send you. So I'm not sure. Probably tonight I'll finish out a lot of those textures on the non-Terraform version. You know what I mean? That means the Terraform version without this work. I can update that tomorrow probably. I'll get it done tonight. But to get all these wash plants in, and maybe some fields, I'll probably put some fields out here with some farms and stuff. That's gonna take me a week or two to do that. But the Terraform version, that you have to dig into the land and clear it all out yourself, that'd be done tomorrow. I just gotta finish those textures, that's it. But yeah, that's a quick flyover. I mean, that's all you need in a map, right? Plenty of fields to farm, plenty of trees to cut. And with Terraform, you can do anything you want. You prefer the non-Terra? Yeah. So you're gonna wait. You have to wait. Yeah, but how my schedule looks. If I really put my nose onto it, I can get it done pretty quickly, but we'll see. I'll say by next weekend, because I'm going on a trip next weekend. I'll be away for a few days. Hopefully I can get it out before the start of my trip. I gotta update the PDA. There's just a lot of things I gotta do. Wash plant here, wash plant there. Gotta put in some pay dirt areas. I gotta do my dirt processing plant over here. I gotta put in some lime, a lime pit. So I probably have a lime pit here or there. Gotcha. I get it to you tomorrow. I'll give it to everybody tomorrow. Is back. But yeah, I'm gonna end it tonight. Right now, I'm gonna go talk to the wife, catch up with her, because she's been trying to talk to me about what happened tonight with the race and stuff. Her nephew done well. He's a rookie this year. He's only 18 years old. He's racing street stocks. It's pavement, not dirt. And he won his heat race and came in third in his feature. So it's a big step for him. That's cheating. Yeah, have a good night too. I'm gonna just take a quick look at anybody that might be on here. It's pavement, not dirt. Good. Mute that. Went in the wrong thing. Yeah, yeah, no, I don't see anybody that I know that's playing the map tonight, so we're just gonna end it. Have a good night. Thanks for all the Who follows we had here tonight? We got Throx was earlier. Oh, another person followed on Facebook.